This complete moron just used a deepfake video to convince a police officer that his patrol car was currently being broken into, and he ended up getting arrested by U.S. Marshals, all for a stupid TikTok video.
An AI prank that police say went way too far. This man just arrested accused of tricking a deputy.
He allegedly showed that deputy a deepfake video that showed his patrol car being broken into.
Here's the video circulating on social media that shows 4 men in suits entering a Seminole County deputy's patrol vehicle.
They were going inside of your car, in and out.
This absolute genius, his name is Alexis Martinez Arizala, and he was tracked down and arrested in Puerto Rico by U.S. Marshals after a warrant was issued out in Florida. Officials say he's now facing multiple charges, including fabricating physical evidence, making a false report to law enforcement, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, and knowingly given false information to a law enforcement officer. And it all traces back to what might be one of the dumbest uses of AI that I've heard in a minute. So apparently, this all happened inside of an Academy sports store in Lake Marianne, Florida. Alexis walked up to a deputy and tried to act like something super urgent was happening. He claims that he had just witnessed people breaking into the officer's marked patrol vehicle outside. And I guess to make it believable, he pulled out his phone and showed a video as proof that this happened.
They were going inside of your car, in and out.
An online prankster recording the moments he walks into Academy and shows it to the deputy. The deputy, clearly convinced, runs out to the parking lot, hand on his weapon.
So you probably just left it unlocked.
It should have been unlocked. I hit the button.
But this video is fake. It's a deep fake, to be exact.
And of course, this is just an AI generated video. So this guy is clearly a complete genius here. The clip was about 3 seconds long, but it made it look like 2 people were entering the patrol vehicle parked near the store. And for a moment, it worked. The deputy reacted like it was real. He ran out to check his patrol car, responding in what he believed could have been an active situation. So now, you have an officer making a split-second decision based on something that never even happened. But once deputies checked the vehicle and pulled the store surveillance footage, the entire story started falling apart. Nothing had actually been disturbed. No one had approached the car. There was no break-in. And obviously, the video was just completely fake. So the police here are saying this wasn't a harmless prank. It was an AI-generated deepfake designed to trick cops. And somehow, it keeps getting worse because, according to officials, Alexis didn't just show the video to the deputy and walk away. No, he actually posted the content about the whole thing on TikTok. Good job, guys. So he made an AI deepfake so he could make a false report for views online. How dumb can a person be? Apparently they keep getting dumber, so we don't know. I guess we just kind of have to wait and see. But the cops are saying this is where it goes from stupid to dangerous because, according to them, the deepfake was convincing enough that the deputy ran out of the store with his hand on his firearm. And this could have obviously been a whole lot worse than what it was, because if there was just someone in the vicinity of the vehicle, most likely they would have had a firearm pointed at them and they would have had to be detained. So, that's not a good situation for some random person just walking past a cop car, with multiple deputy officers even backing that statement. So they're claiming that this could have created a situation where someone really could have gotten hurt. And unfortunately, this kind of thing is only getting easier to pull off because this isn't some like high level operation. This is a random dude with a phone creating something convincing enough to fool a police officer in real time. Oh, and I guess the wildest part is this isn't even the only time he's done this. This guy has done this multiple times with other police officers. Like, bro, what are you doing? Fake AI police reports might be one of the dumber things you can possibly do for views online. But hey, so in this other situation, he was allegedly pulling a similar stunt in Puerto Rico. This was apparently where he got tracked down. So he showed another officer a different AI video. And this time, there was 2 people stealing the patrol vehicle. So a similar thing happened, but he wasn't arrested on the spot there. But I guess in both instances, only after the police officers ran to check on their patrol vehicle, as he's filming, he's like, oh, it's just a prank, bro. Like, dude, come on. But apparently, he didn't only do this with police officers. He also did this with civilians as well. So people would just be walking on the street and he would film them without them knowing. And then he would run up to them and AI generate some video of them doing something crazy and then show it to them to try to get some sort of reaction.
West Palm Beach police say he's pulled similar pranks twice before.
Yeah, it was wild.
Police say Arizala first showed Melanie Valentine an AI video of her truck being stolen, then tried to get her into his car. In the second, the content creator admitted on this body camera to using another customer's likeness to create an AI image of him kissing another woman, then showed it to his wife.
That's not his wife. That's a fake one.
In a third stunt, police say he startled a West Palm Beach gas station clerk.
I just showed him an AI video of like a body just getting dragged, a fake body.
He was arrested that night for resisting an officer.
Bro, are y'all serious?
But not for any crimes related to his AI use.
Essentially, the innovation with these new age TikTok pranksters is they're just coming up with new ways to harass people. But I guess at this point, the investigators saw enough and a warrant was issued for his arrest in Florida. And with the help of U.S. Marshals and local authorities, Alexis, he was located in a short short-term rental in San Juan in Puerto Rico and was taken into custody. And now, I guess of just going viral for a prank, he's also facing extradition and a whole laundry list of charges that can follow him for a long time. Because once he's extradited back to Florida, Alexis is currently looking at a whole stack of charges. On top of the charges I mentioned earlier, he's also facing a felony tied to tampering with evidence, along with additional misdemeanor charges. But based on Florida law, one of the biggest charges he's currently facing is tampering with or fabricating physical evidence, which is a third-degree felony. And that alone can carry up to 5 years in prison, along with probation and fines. Then, of course, you have the other charges, things like making a false report to law enforcement and giving false information. Those are typically misdemeanors, but they still aren't nothing. And each one of those can carry up to 1 year in jail, plus fines and probation. So when you stack everything together, suddenly he's looking at a decent amount of years behind bars. And because he did this in Florida, it seems like this won't be a slap on the wrist situation. But apparently, because of these pranks, officers are now being trained to trust reports less and verify the origin of videos and photos that they're shown, which honestly is about time because it's not like this stuff is gonna stop anytime soon. But it shows like how slippery this job is, because it's not like, you know, they have the luxury to take a whole bunch of time to think and slow down. No, they kind of are expected to react immediately. And in this case, that's exactly what they did. The only difference is that the situation they were responding to didn't even exist. But I mean, as I stated earlier, this thing is just becoming more and more common, because it was only a few months ago where I covered someone else who got arrested for an AI prank. And this was some viral TikTok prank where people were using AI to generate images of random men inside of their homes, like, I guess, like standing in their living room or laying on a couch or something like that. And then they would take those images and they would send it to friends and family and be like, oh, someone just broke into our house. I guess the whole idea was just to get some sort of reaction. And of course, a lot of them were just recording these reactions and posting them online. But in one of the cases out of Florida, a woman named Brooke didn't just send the images to a friend. She actually called the police and reported a home invasion with a fake AI photo. Are you serious? That's like swatting yourself. What are you doing? So when officers showed up, she showed them the AI generated image as evidence that someone had been inside her home. What was the expected outcome here? That's like my main question. But it gets worse, because apparently when they didn't find anything, she called them again and claimed the situation got worse. So not once, but twice, she called the police to report a fake AI incident. Luckily, after the second time, the police recognized that this was some part of like an AI homeless guy trend. So she was then charged with 2 counts of false reporting a crime. And you also had another situation where I think happened in Maryland, where a wife sent a photo to her husband of some dude in their house. So naturally, as any husband would, if he's not within distance of the house, he immediately called the cops and said, someone broke into the house, my wife is home. So a whole bunch of patrol cars showed up to the house, and that's when she was like, uh-oh, no, this was all a prank. I was pranking my husband. So she got charged, but she was the one who was arrested because he called the police thinking a real active situation was going on. She was the one who misled him. So overall, an incredibly stupid prank. But in this new case though, I guess like instead of just making phone calls, this guy was walking up to the officers and directly showing them fake videos. And I guess at this point, you're not just faking a situation, you're creating one. And I guess what started as content turned into a multi-agency investigation, an arrest in Puerto Rico, and now an extradition across states. So was all that worth the 3 seconds of fame you got online? I don't know. But hey, at least he didn't show up pounding on someone's door claiming he was a wizard like this guy did, because that's also a crazy case. And now that guy's facing 19 years in prison. So I definitely recommend checking it out there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.